little owls, welcome to today's stream. Welcome in. It's very nice being able to speak again after last time. I'm gonna be honest, that one was a little weird. Yeah, a heads up for everybody that didn't read it in the on the Discord yet. I did repair my headset, but I don't know how it happened. If it had to do with that or something else, but OBS wiped my microphone settings, so... whatever or however this happened, I had to, like, input settings again from the beginning. I think I did get a okay to use, setting right now. It's not the same as before. I don't even know if the volume is okay or anything. I just wanted to make sure I eliminated at least most of the background noise and made sure it doesn't like hyper peak beyond beyond a certain point in case I would get louder on stream. Like, can happen when you're shrieking or something. So yeah, I just made sure I have the basics down. So far, all good. Okay, good. I did do excessive testing for like 20 minutes now, so I hope that did something. Okay, but if anything is awry, just let me know, and then we can have another look at the settings. Maybe I can fix something. I have no idea. But other than that, I'm doing okay. It's a little warm, honestly. The typical thing is like the weather is too warm for just too long a time. Also too much humidity at the same time, which makes it a little annoying and unbearable. But oh well. I have a tiny fan here next to me, gonna keep me a little refreshed. And with that, I think it's bearable, so should be able to manage. And yeah, my plan today is play through the Sigewinne Quest. I have no idea how long it is, but knowing character quests, it's usually around like 2 hours maybe. Which should work just fine with my timetable that I have. So yeah, and if you're wondering, yeah, I am taking a cough drop right now again. My voice needed it. Too much stress regarding the mic. But yeah, other than that, I'm thinking we're gonna start, because I don't know, as I said, how long the quest is, and I don't want to get too stuck on it. Okay, accepting it would be good if I want to do it. Accept, navigate. I think from here should work. So yeah, last stream did not go that well. I am kind of like aware it didn't. I don't know why, but somehow doing a mute stream attracts all sort of fishy people for some weird reason. Maybe it was just coincidence, I'm not sure, but like, what the heck? 3 in one stream? Well, technically 2 of those work together, so let's say 2 occurrences, to be fair.
This shop looks popular today. Wonder what the occasion is. Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Huh, looks like it. Oh, Sigewinne's here too.
Let's see today be better because of volume. Oh. Yeah, I forgot my background music. Thanks for reminding me. Better now, right? Is it better now? I don't wanna, I have the background music tune out the voiceovers.
Hey, Sigewinne.
I always forget. It's like it really has to turn into the background music of the stream because I just completely tune it out when it's there. I'm like, ah, the music. Where is it coming from?
Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you're keeping yourselves fit and healthy. You bet we are. So anyway, what are you doing here, Sigewinne? The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the court of Fontaine.
Regular vacation instance. I wish most people would be like giving their employees insist on the vacations. Most of the time, it's the opposite.
This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare product, so I came over to take a look. I like to keep up with the latest industry developments when I can, to help me with my magazine articles. Wait, you write? For a magazine? Which one?
I don't know about you, but like my skincare products consist of water. Water. That's it. Just water. Water in soap to like clean yourself. That's it. What do other people use?
It's called Beautés en Fleur, and it's run by the Fontaine Beauty Association. I've done lots of articles about skincare for them, using the pen name Maritime Flower.
Calling herself after her level up met. How cute.
Oh, wow! You're a Maritime Flower? If Paimon's not mistaken, you're one of the leading figures in the Fontaine Beauty Association.
Yeah, why is Paimon reading the beauty magazines?
What's so weird about that? Everyone loves beauty. I really like this role. The staff at cosmetic shops are always so polite. And as long as I wear a big smile on my face, I always get the best customer service.
Okay, so that's why I never get a good customer service somewhere. Because I'm always like stinky and like my face is just always a neutral expression. I'm like... Okay.
Well, they sure don't want to make an enemy of the Maritime Flower.
I think fake smiling is so weird.
Obviously, it's because of Sigewinne's love for beauty. Still a leader of the Beauty Association? That's incredible. The truth is, I study this field because I cherish my own appearance. It has nothing to do with being beautiful or not. Oh, the words of a master beautician defy comprehension! Oh, wait, you're saying that natural beauty is the highest form of beauty, right? Not really. Actually, Melusine aesthetics are very different from human ones. We don't view humans based on their appearance. If I had to describe our approach, I'd say it's based on cuteness.
And how do you define cuteness?
Oh, really? Yep. Still, I really value my current appearance, and in the process of taking care of it, I've ended up learning quite a lot about skincare and stuff. It turns out, my knowledge and experience is pretty popular with beauty product lovers. It came as a big surprise to me, though. Oh, Paimon gets it now. But speaking of your appearance, how come you look human anyway? Are you like only half Melusine?
Now you're asking the weird questions. Like that's like a that backstory would be too personal if the answer is yes.
Ooh, wait, sorry. That was probably really offensive, wasn't it? No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed, though. I made a decision to turn myself into this form a very long time ago.
The fact that she says I am not mixed kinda lets me to believe that there are mixed ones. Which the implications
If you're interested, I could tell you the story. A shape-shifting story? Oh, heck yeah, of course we're interested.
maybe it's like a big tattoo, like my human face tattoo.
Once upon a time, long ago, humans rejected Melusines, and Melusines feared humans.
Are you saying that you just want to clarify to the people?
Became fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melusines, so no humans would make friends with her. So, the Melusine became the girl's friend, and the girl became the Melusine's patient. Your checkup's all done. You are still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melusine.
This is so cute. This is gonna turn very sad very soon, right? I know how Genshin works.
Then, one day,
See, there it is.
the Melusine was the only doctor to arrive on time.
She's gonna die or something.
Sent her away.
Scram! Melusines can't be trusted.
So just because I'm not human, I can't save my best friend? In desperation, the Melusine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
What witch? Who is that?
Concocted of sin.
Who is that
Grow a
one?
Human face and grow human limbs. But then you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place.
I wonder if that is like Mona's master. Isn't she the only one we know of that is older from the witches?
Did not hesitate for very long.
Or at least currently. I don't know. At least looking older.
On a rainy night, a little doctor knocked on the girl's door. The doctor wore a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also...
Everybody else, we kind of didn't know the ages, except Alice. We know she's like not that old, like in looks.
Hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before.
Which probably is because she's like elven or whatever.
Dawn came, and the little girl's condition improved.
God, my bottle
But
just
the
made a
little
weird
doctor
noise.
Was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again.
Wait, why didn't she at least try? I mean, if you're a real friend, you don't care what your friend looks like.
I in human form. Most people who know me just think I was born this way.
The question that I'm asking is... Nothing in the world is for free. Doesn't matter if it's the real world or if it's Genshin. What was the gain of the witch in all of this? Why did she just give that out? Quote unquote. Freely. What did she have from that? Something's fishy about that. Yes, I'm hydrating. Wait. Nom nom. Hydration completo.
Ooh. A witch? A potion? Why does this sound like a fairy tale? Trust me, it's a true story. Must be the way you told it then. It just sounds so... Yeah, not every Melusine would take human form to save their human friend. That must have been a huge decision. Treating patients is a doctor's duty. We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough.
I think it wasn't just only to help her friend. I mean, that was probably a driving factor. But, like, she had an interest in medicine, but was denied access because of her race, basically. So she wanted to change that also so she could, like, live out her hobby, like her life's calling, so to speak.
It's so crazy that they turned you away.
And it aligned.
Especially when their daughter was so sick. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier. But that was a long time ago. I like how I look now anyway.
You know, that one here, that's like a too real of a statement. that's too real of a statement. Why is Genshin getting so real all the time? Humans agreed, don't even need to read the rest. Ew, Melusine, yeah. I guess maybe they thought another doctor may arrive and they just thought she was gonna make it worse. But they were just dumb.
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on behalf of our skincare partner, I'm delighted to announce that our exciting new product is now officially on sale.
Wow, there we go. Let's have a look, shall we? Paimon, if you want to buy any skincare products, I'll be happy to give you some suggestions.
Don't take any suggestions from me. I have no idea about this subject.
Really? Personal advice right from a leader of the Fontaine Beauty Association? What an honor!
Allow me to introduce our newest skin lotion, Butterfly Dew. I'm sure many of you have already read about this product's trials in the newspapers. To say that it improves skin quality is an understatement. This product gets its name from the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first
When
time.
I hear skin and glow, I'm getting very bad vibes. Like, what are you putting in there? Uranium or something?
We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product with us here today. Please welcome Mr. Rawat, a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over to Mr. Rawat to tell you all about what Butterfly Dew can do for you.
What was he framed so weirdly, like a typical villain camera entrance?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I developed Butterfly Dew.
Because normally when you have like a normal NPC, they introduce them, they are having a camera swang towards the person's face, like them smiling or something. But for him, they only showed like his chin and no smile at all. Something was weird about that one. It's saucy. That guy is sauce. Also, he has a glowing skincare product. I'm calling criminal vibes here.
Wow, what a looker.
And bad taste for those.
He's a researcher? Wow, he's really challenging the stereotype.
It seems that everyone is surprised by my entrance. Or should I say, my appearance.
I mean, if he makes beauty products, he probably has like a second face plastered on top, and nothing of that is like actually like his actual looks. Probably he's wearing a wig too or something. You know how it is in the beauty industry. Everything is fake.
I'm well aware that researchers are generally better known for their brains than their dashing good looks. In that regard, I do believe I break the mold somewhat. Of course, appearance is a skin-deep way of defining a person. And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, holding a person back in their life. It can rob a young person of their self-confidence when applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. Our actions are at the mercy of our appearance, and we slowly become the very person that the outside world sees us as. But what if I told you that those shackles can be broken?
I mean, a good selling speech so
If our
far.
appearance prevents us from changing, then let us first change our appearance itself. Wash away moles, birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with luster and radiance, and we shall never again hang our heads in shame. That is why Butterfly Dew exists. Its mission is to allow us to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis, and embrace a new life.
Why does this all rub me the wrong way?
Well, whether it actually works or not, after that speech, Paimon's already sold.
Mr. Rawat, could I ask if you've used this product yourself?
Of course, I tried it many times while I was testing it. You can consider me a product ambassador.
Wow, then it's sure to work.
Still, I don't expect to convince you just by blowing my own trumpet. So, could I get a volunteer from the audience to try it out?
Uh-oh.
Paimon volunteers!
I wonder if there's a planted person. You know the old trick of planted person in the crowd and then like pick them and...
Oh, what an honor! It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty Association here with us. In that case, Miss Sigewinne, could we seek your most expert opinion on this product?
Okay, maybe he's not going that route.
Sure.
Oh, is that Romaritime flower? They say she's the pickiest user of skincare products in all of Fontaine.
Let's see what she has to say. She has an expert opinion, I'm guessing.
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin and the the absorption rate is high. Even for Fontaine, this is a first-rate product. Wow, now that's high praise.
I'll take one. Any discounts?
I mean, she said that the lotion is like working fine, and we can't say if it actually like makes you pretty or anything, right?
Right. Well, all that remains for me to say is, Butterfly Dew is now on sale.
There must be a catch, right?
Think we should buy a bottle too?
You're cute enough already. Also, I'm not trusting this.
Really? Well, it's still good to care for your skin though, right? Paimon definitely feels kinda rough from being exposed to the elements all the time.
Too good to be true. Yeah, exactly. I got the feeling like maybe it has long-term effects that haven't been tested yet or something. Or I don't know. Maybe they have to sacrifice 3 children to cure a bottle or something. What do we know?
And if you're worried about whether it's
Worship Satan. Get skincare bottle.
Sigewinne's here, so we can get an expert consultation.
I'm not trusting this yet. Something. The warmth of lies. Yeah, the quest name doesn't give me good vibes either. If that's no indicator, then I don't know what is.
Praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the product so I can keep improving it.
With most skincare products, the pros and cons only become apparent with long-term use.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, this one has instant benefits. Improving skin quality without any obvious side effects. It's one of a kind.
Something's fishy.
Don't worry though, I plan to keep using it. And I'll publish regular reviews in Beauté Sans Fleur. You can read my thoughts there. All you need to do is subscribe.
Oh, I was hoping for a more casual conversation, but you are a beauty association leader after all. I understand if you want to keep this professional.
Sigewinne! Oh, excuse us, Miss Beauty Expert. But do you think this product is a good choice for me and her?
Wait, are you the renowned traveler?
That's right, and by her side, the equally famous Paimon.
Well, I don't normally handle customer questions personally, but since it's the traveler asking, allow me to make an exception. Butterfly Dew is made for all skin types, so no matter who you are, you can rest assured that it will be kind to your skin. If anything, it might be marginally more effective on Fontainian's skin, but other than that, it works the same on everyone.
More effective on Fontaine. Is there a reason for that?
Why would it work better on Fontainians?
Yeah, that's my question.
In the interests of protecting my trade secrets, I'm afraid I can't answer that, Miss Paimon.
Alright then. How about a friend discount?
Save yourself the trouble. I'd be greatly honored to have both of you use my product. Here, take 2 bottles for free.
Yay! Paimon's private fund survives!
I can see why you might think that, but please don't misunderstand. This gift is simply a token of my esteem. There's no business motivation behind it. To me, finding new customers for Butterfly Dew is about meeting kindred spirits, fellow admirers of physical beauty. I consider it a labor of love.
Admirers of physical beauty? Eesh, that's embarrassing to say out loud. It sounds so shallow.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon. Most people claim to desire inner virtue, but it's still physical appearance that turns their heads.
This guy has the worst opinion on that, really. Like, as Paimon said, shallow AF, that guy.
This is a fact of life. It's only natural for people to desire to become beautiful. And that's exactly what inspired me to choose this research direction in the first place.
You're right. Everyone loves beauty, don't they?
Look at the time. My apologies, but I have other things to attend to.
He's somewhat right in a cynical way. Yeah, but he...
look forward to seeing you again.
I mean, if he said, like, currently people are like that and it's not good, then I would have agreed with him. But he's like saying, like, it's a good way that it's this way and everybody should just look on the outside and... screw personality. What is that thing? Everybody just pretty and be done with it. That's basically what he said. It's like, that's... Ugh, no. I'm getting a personal dislike for him.
Paimon, I'd say there's no need for you and Traveler to use this product for now. Why? Is there a problem with it? The quality is fine. I just think there's room for improvement. I think I could add some ingredients to the mix to make it more effective.
She's smelling that there's something wrong too, I'm telling you.
Really? Then why didn't you tell Rawat about that? Researchers are a very special breed of human. You can point out their flaws to their face and they won't mind very much. But if you tell them that someone else could do a better job, ooh, now that'll make them really upset. If I'd mentioned it, he probably wouldn't have given you those 2 bottles for free. Ah, fair enough, that makes sense. If you're interested in the more effective version, I can write up a list of ingredients for you. Just come get me once you've gathered them. When you say more effective, you mean it'll make Paimon even prettier? Ooh, how can we say no? As for me, it's probably time I got back to the Fortress of Maripede. I mustn't leave the infirmary unattended for too long. Alright, see you there then!
Collect materials on the list. What list? Do I have an actual list? Oh, I'll follow the pointers. See where it leads me.
Quit following me.
Just up ahead, Traveler. The ingredients for Sigewinne should be nearby.
Ah, the ingredient is...
The wind rises.
magical water? I don't know. Tainted Hydrophantasm extract. Yeah, so basically magic water. Okay. I'm taking that. And the second thing is... crap? I'm guessing. An obvious sweet. Maybe? I don't know. You're not doing anything.
Let's head to the Fortress of Maripede.
I'm very sorry. Okay, fortress. Which teleport waypoint exactly? This one. Okay. Very good, very good.
Search for it.
Ah, I have to go into her office. Which kind of makes sense. It's her quest after all. Where else will we go? Also, I clicked on the wrong button again. Never mind. Hello, hello. Come on in. Hey, Randy 2P? Is that how I pronounce it? Correct me if not. It's not that full.
Please, you have to believe me. I saw it with my own eyes last night. Another me. He looked exactly like me.
Okay, then correct me, please.
Got it? Okay. I've written down everything you told me. Now, I have a few tests
I mean,
to run.
sometimes I'm not very good with names, okay?
It's nothing to be nervous about.
Meropede. Meowopede. I call it prison.
First, which finger am I holding?
You come to the stream to say empty cell there. It's actually not nothing, because it is like a space of like no sound coming through. It would be like a 5 seconds audio clip with nothing.
Your index finger, but I'm telling you, my mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
Do we know Luis Miguel? No, I'm not familiar. Should I be?
Now, on to the next. Hey there! Your Grace, it's been a while, huh?
Ah, it's you two. Indeed it has. I would offer you some tea, but I'm afraid the timing is unfortunate. Duty calls.
Wait, give me a second. I need to check something.
No worries.
Just
Actually,
wanting
we're
to
looking for
check
Sigewinne.
if it's raining already
What
outside.
this about?
Cause I'm waiting for the rain so it cools down a little bit. Listen him to him? Is it like a musician?
This inmate came running to the guards in a panic, claiming to have seen his exact doppelganger.
There we go.
A doppelganger? Doesn't that just mean someone else kind
Recommend
of
that song The Night You Love Me. Okay. I'll listen to it after stream. Let's see if I'm liking it or not. Can't promise anything though.
And that's what I thought when the report first reached my desk. But we've inspected our records. No one even vaguely resembles him. Considering how certain he is of what he saw, I can only surmise that he's having some mental issues. So I brought him for a medical evaluation.
I don't know. Is it like recent music or not? Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really listening to much music, so I'm very
Good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit.
I'm extra ignorant in music. Same as I just was to explain. I'm like maybe by accident I find like a song, and then I listen to it. But most of the time I don't even know who the person is that made the song or something. And I'm not looking up anymore. It's just I'm weird regarding music. I have like comfort songs that I always go back to.
I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
So you're thinking a mental one.
See. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect. At this stage, we can at least confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The rumor mill will go crazy if word of this gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation. The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on a case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, head nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace.
I'll bet this has something to do with the beauty manufacturing guy.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be important. You probably won't need to add them to your observation list, though.
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you.
We are not suspicious, I swear.
Hey there, Sigewinne. It's actually not that important, but...
But we still came here.
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me. Goodbye for now.
There, I made myself a note to listen to the song later or something.
Okay, bye-bye.
Because otherwise I forget, because my brain, tiny.
Sigewinne. Would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Just find an empty bed and take a seat. I won't be long. Oh, sure.
Sigewinne, we've brought him. And he seems to have taken a turn for the worse again.
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here. Paimon had no idea how busy it can get for Sigewinne. Maybe now's not the time to ask for her help with skincare.
Yeah, we can offer our help to her instead.
Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt, so I suggest you take a deep breath first. Ah! Did his face melt? What happened to him?
It's anyone's guess.
Maybe he
His
got a
face melted
burn.
off shortly after arriving at the fortress. But since he's a serious offender, he can't be allowed out for medical treatment. Best we can do for now is ask the head nurse to give him something to manage the symptoms.
Wait. Could that be a long-term side effect of this skincare product? Because if I'm hearing like the face has some abnormalities, you know, after that thing got introduced in the story, I'm putting one and one together.
This is gonna be awkward. We still need to bring him to the Marashose Phantom for questioning. What if he scares them half to death? Will that be our fault?
Hello, they are professionals. They shouldn't worry about that.
The Marashose Phantom? Does this have something to do with the case Risley's dealing with?
Yep, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him.
You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage. Don't worry. We Melazines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but still just as cute.
Don't patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again? Your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, alright?
He definitely got the attitude to have bought the medicine, I'm guessing. He seems to be unhappy with his looks or something.
Look how nice Sigewinne's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
Wow, not a peep. What a brave little guy.
Thank you, Sigewinne. And I
She really does
apologize for the
talk to
trouble.
him like he's a baby. So cute.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here. Oh, don't be silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved version for you. Take a rest here if you want. Or, if you're not tired, I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration area. Or alternatively, is there anything we could help you with, Sigewinne? That's right! Let us help you out! It's the least we could do! Good point. Kind-hearted humans start to develop guilt if they accept free help from others. Don't worry. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something to treat this condition. I gotta warn you, though. It'll be tiring work. So
I mean, we offered. We can't take backseat now.
Come back and see me when you're ready.
See me when you're ready. La la la, I took my break. It's enough. Is that like when you want to do a pause in the quest? Which is good. I think the quests recently have been lacking like chances to pause. I think it's good that they are reintroducing like tiny little bits where they say like, okay, now's a good time to make a tiny break in the quest if you want to.
I found the perfect job for the Traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed.
Not only they did that with like the main Archon quests, I would like that a lot. Like when you could like have a tiny stop. They do that in the Star Rail quests, but on the Genshin quest, it's mostly like a 4-hour block non-stop.
What for? I need you to pretend to be sick.
I'm feeling so bad.
What? Oh, is it that difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last time. Oh, so you knew. I sure did. She was way more interesting than the usual malingering inmates. When you played along very well, Paimon. I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward. But why do you need us to do it again now? No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got a nasty headache. And throw in some dry heaving for good measure. Okay.
Duck. It's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about it. So annoying.
Well, your mother has enough on her plate with a busy job. The last thing she needs is to worry about you being sick as well.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea, because it'll give me a cold and distract her from her work. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days, but it's always, don't do this and don't do that.
All right. Sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature. Your fever still hasn't
Why does
gone
she
down.
want us to pretend?
Here's your medicine. 1 cup for starters, and we'll see if it helps.
Is there something wrong with like this patient? Because so far it seems normal. I was expecting kind of like something fishy coming in and stuff.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an uncle who caught a cold. His fever went away on its own after a couple days.
Or do you think he's pretending to be? Is he sneaking meds so they can sell them?
Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
I sure can. You're a very brave boy after all.
Huh? Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, then you'll have to tough it out like this young lady.
I'm so sick. Sorry.
Hang in there, traveler. Are you gonna puke? Paimon can get you a paper bag.
Huh?
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever, you'll be right as rain after just a few days' rest.
And if I'm not tough enough?
Hey!
Then we die.
Wake up! Wake up! Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
I'm dying over here.
I think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Here, it's still warm.
It's so bitter.
Could I at least put some sugar in or something?
Done. Great job, you two. That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately, but unfortunately his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her son here for the time being. He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that the Fortress of Meripede would be all fun and games. So you made us put on that act just to scare a kid into taking his medicine? That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Sigewinne we never knew about.
I mean, it was needed and it was a good thing. I don't see what's the problem.
It's a technique I learned from my teacher. Oh, you had a teacher? Was she a Melazine doctor too? She was human. She passed away a long time ago. Oh, sorry. No, it's fine.
It's a very good thing. Yeah,
really
as I
like my
said.
teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk about her with other people. She was a traveling doctor, and since she didn't have a clinic, she'd go out and visit her patients wherever they were. Dealing with the badly behaved ones was her specialty.
Things like that don't exist anymore in modern times. In general, doctors that care don't exist anymore in modern times, I got the feeling.
She used to say, if you can scare the little brats into taking their medicine, you won't have to hear them wailing and screeching when their condition gets worse. She sounds like a pretty strict teacher. Strict? Well, that's not how my teacher saw it. She thought of herself as terrifying to kids. Strange way for a doctor to describe themselves. Now Paimon's curious to know what she looked like. As it happens, I actually have a picture of her. Oh, wow, yeah, okay, that'll terrify the kids.
Come on, she's just an old lady that doesn't like smiling a lot. What was that about not judging people based on appearances?
Yep. All the children she treated thought she was a witch. Why does it almost sound like you're envious of her? Oh, because I am. If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for tricks. A doctor who looks like a witch. True, they wouldn't dare try anything funny with her around. Oh, me, on the other hand, it's hopeless. Children aren't afraid of me at all. That's actually a good thing, you know? Oh, my next patient should be arriving now. Would you mind lending me a hand again? Sure thing! On to the next mission!
The big pretender, that's who we are.
Is it nighttime already? That flew by. You really have a busy job, Sigewinne. Well, thanks to you two, it was much easier today. Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late. Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so I usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out. Confidential? Are you sure you can tell us?
We know Paimon is shallow as heck. That is very, very true.
It's fine. You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is I have to prepare some ingredients to make healthy meals with. Wait, you mean those healthy meals? My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front of them, so I have to prep the ingredients in secret, then let the chef at the Coupon cafeteria handle the rest.
Shallow and can't keep secrets. She's blabbing everything out. There's always these people like, do you know when you're in an office, you always have that one person that can't keep secrets? They always exist. Don't know why? There's always at least one person.
Considering even the chef's version makes people uneasy, it really makes you wonder what's in it. You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it. That way, if you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels, you can prepare a healthy meal for yourself. It's really good for you, you know. Sure? Guess we can help out one more time.
The gossips. The gossips are gossiping.
The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell you. First, we add this special slime condensate. Stir it thoroughly, then pour it in.
The sound effects on this
It
one.
adds elasticity. It looks just like tasty jelly, doesn't it?
Blub blub.
Yeah, it really does. Until you remember it's slime condensate.
I thought Paimon did like eating slimes.
Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder, like powdered sugar. Wait, are those from Fontimer aberrants? Are you sure they're edible? Finally, we'll need some high-protein meat. Frogs are an excellent choice. You just need to clean their innards, and then you're left with some lovely, tender meat.
You're really noticing we're in Fontaine when we're eating frog.
And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them into lunch boxes and hand them to Walsey. Yesterday in the production zone, I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days straight. That means it's a healthy meal for him tomorrow. Sigewinne really does have the inmate's best interests at heart.
When we add a little flavoring, that would make it even better, I'm guessing, but... Oh well. Technically, I could teleport, because I'm lazy. Lazy bone.
Too slow. Quick.
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for me?
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets delivered.
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more. You work so hard for all our sakes. I'd happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
That won't reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health will start to suffer.
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you take care of yourself too.
Why does it sound like everybody knows something's up except me?
Work for today. Thanks for helping out, you two. Seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you, Sigewinne. In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the fortress.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree. This is urgent.
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
Let me guess. Something to do with an inmate.
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission to leave the ward.
Huh? Already?
Something's not right.
I'll have to examine him and make sure he's well before we discharge him. Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Go to the observation ward. Oh Lord, let's go to the observation ward. Is that what they call the room we had once? Now. There's at least that room, right? So we were observed before. Makes sense.
Head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. It's stress-related, I imagine. I'd been working long hours, so
Not
I
trusting
definitely
this.
wasn't in the best state of mind.
I totally understand. Still, I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay? So, take a deep breath and don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. We can start whenever you're ready.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this morning, I barely recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with, which finger am I holding up?
Your pinky.
Alright, all indicators seem normal. So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all? Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production zone. I wonder how I managed to miss the signs this time.
Something is fishy about this. Something is not
Please,
correct.
head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Pushed myself too hard, and I guess I couldn't take it. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep. And if you can give me the okay, I know I'll sleep better back in my good old dorm.
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward. I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery. I'll take you off the observation list for now. So, you're officially discharged.
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong. You have my word.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh?
Something is gonna come up. Like the longest night shift ever.
Yep. But I still haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet. Oh, no rush! Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest too. Well, tomorrow it is then. Good night, Traveler. Good night, Paimon. Hope you sleep well. Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log. Yeah, sleep tight, Sigewinne. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. The next, the switcheroo. Wait until the morning the next day. Another break. I'm liking it. But we're doing it all at once because I have time right now.
Paimon really did sleep like a log. Let's go find Sigewinne.
Not an endful night as you thought. Yeah, I thought it's gonna end up in a, like, the forever going night shift or something. Apparently not.
Whoa, how is the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
That's a good question. Multiple people per bed even. Also, can I ask how gigantically long these beds are? Like, for a person?
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while. No problem. Anything we can do to help?
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad when a bed is good in length, but like the width is so small in comparison.
There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
After Catholic rocket prisoners.
You have to believe
True
me.
that.
I'm telling the truth.
But yeah, I think they could be a little wider then. Maybe it's because I'm moving a lot in my sleep, so like tiny single bed with that width would not do for me. I would fall out. Hey there, hello, Silva Awab. Did I pronounce it right? If not, correct me. And thank you very much for the follow too.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
It is much appreciated.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uy.
Wait, oh... Wait. He's saying he's a different person? Wait. This must have something to do with the criminal plot that I'm still suspecting here.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with our arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
Okay, wait. This, in the beginning of the quest, there was this guy that said that you're basically getting a new face with this skincare product. What if he meant it literally? You know what I mean? And they do like an exchange service for prisoners, so they can get out. Some dummy that buys the product gets sent into prison instead, and they can't get out anymore. Good work. Thank you. I made the model myself. It's just my old model though. I'm currently working on a 2.0 version, but I'm like snail speed. I'm like one step, another step. So it's gonna still take a long while until the new one is gonna be ready.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
Yeah, I think that confirms my theory.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything. At most, it'll delay your vindication.
But even if they change the face, like, would this the voice and stuff like not remain the same, or do they have like an effect on the voice too?
All right, I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine, and now this.
I mean, one guy probably that might work, but like if they do this like on a large scale operation, they must know that that's gonna like turn up on the guards. Like, why are all our prisoners suddenly behaving totally different?
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
Huh. That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Sigewinne.
I wonder if we can make like a test on the face if one of the specific skincare product has been used. There must be traces, right?
We've compiled compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
Okay, so this one says he was another inmate before. Okay, so they're not people from the outside that bought the product, but instead they are inmates that could almost be free, at least the first two, but then they got swapped for the ones with the heavy crimes. Every single one of them would have been free at that day. And that one is a guard even. So I'm guessing the people that were allowed to leave were like transported by this guard. Wait, we even saw this guy yesterday. And he said he had a duty there, right? So probably they got attacked in the night and switched. It kind of makes sense to me because Adillion is here. That makes it definitely more believable.
Wait.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release.
And one is a guard.
And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed.
Yeah, that's what I would have done too.
Excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms, and that we're furiously printing more as we speak.
Yeah, I think Risley is kind of like... He's smelling something is sus here. Something is stinky.
I'm on it.
Because if there is a switch, the other people could escape at any second when they're getting their release.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. How could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound different today.
As I said.
But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
As I said, they were not able to change the voice. You just need one person that has like a very, very distinct voice. Either very, very low or like a very high-pitched voice for this to instantly be seen as a fake.
Oh, really?
They'll be found out
What does
soon.
our head nurse make of all of this?
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch. I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me.
Yeah, I would do the same thing I did yesterday and see if there's a personality change or not.
Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday? This should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putton. I'm Honore.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case, but how do you explain the other inmates? You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
I mean, in this world, it technically would be possible, but for now, we think it is a physical solution.
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched. The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. And actually, I think I can prove it to you. Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day? Yeah, sure do. Then you can be my witnesses. To start with, Please fetch the inmate who claims to be Eric.
Who was that? Give me the criminal testimony thingy. Great. Great. Just great. Why is there no button for this or something? Ah, there it is. We need a button to like instantly get this important information up on our screen for the quest when we need it. Okay, who is claiming to be Eric? The Henry. Okay, Henry.
I've got a sharp tongue.
That one.
Like it is.
So, you're Eric?
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this
It's
test,
interesting.
which finger did I hold up?
So that means that's the reason the other one didn't remember the test, right?
I believe it was your index finger.
But that means...
Yeah, but the other person doing the test was not the same. They were not suddenly better, they were just a different person and wanted to be out of the special ward so they could escape.
Huh?
So, basically, last night, the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward. Sigewinne did another test before letting him leave, but that time, she held up her pinky finger.
So it's two different persons. Proven. Kind of like proven.
I don't know about any test last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then I somehow woke up in a high-security cell.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
So, what exactly happened?
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they identified a group of scapegoats, namely inmates whose terms were almost up, and planned to switch appearances with them. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their group switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards.
And somehow I still think this face lotion is kind of like how they do it, or at least it has to do with the same group, because it can't be a coincidence that like that thing is like right in front of the quest before we go in here and have a face swap before somebody says like, oh, here's a lotion that can totally change your face.
Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric.
Huh. Good thing that they were dumb.
Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward. However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard, they simply changed real Eric's appearance and had their Eric take his place, muddying the waters even further.
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I've discharged them.
For some reason, I get really scared by Risley's prison. Is it like the prison architecture? Or is it Risley himself? Or is it like just the fact that it's like a very steampunky old prison kind of thing?
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. The Duke cracked the case.
Because I can certainly agree, like the aesthetics of the prison are not very nice. Probably because it's so old.
Well,
I would
can't
guess.
fault the reasoning, but I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
Why is she so hell-bent on defending like the no, nothing is wrong theory all the time? Could it be that she's set up? Could that be? Hey, Asa, what's going on? Should I say welcome back? Were you gone for a second? Old prison vibe, yes. Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of this, like, everything is like copper-based thing here, and everything looks rusty somehow. It looks unsafe.
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines in the Marashose Phantom is to identify criminals in disguise.
Oh.
We carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Oh. So, because I think in a previous quest it was explained that like Malazine have like this special site where they can like not only see the appearance but maybe like an aura or something of people. And therefore there can't be a switcheroo, but maybe the setup of the like facial skin product was to test if Sigewinne as a Malazine did see that the persons involved did have switched faces. If she didn't see anything and the test went through positive, they give the okay for the prison to go through with it, because apparently whatever they are using, this lotion thing, whatever, does work through this aura thing.
Huh. Well then, how do we explain all this?
So far, it seems more likely that the gang stole documentation belonging to the inmates due for release, and are using that to commit identity fraud.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that, even a Malazine wouldn't be able to detect it.
It's on the water, Rusty, and I don't know how to swim. Oh, you don't know how to swim. Okay, that makes things... Okay, then I would be terrified, honestly.
A shape-shifting potion?
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it. If such a potion truly existed, it would jeopardize our entire investigative process at the Marashose Phantom. Are you certain of this?
The officer is like so unbelieving. She like, nah. But yeah, that don't remind me of the fact that this prison is underwater, because that makes it worse. Always when I'm in here, I'm saying like, nah, we're over the water, everything's fine. I just ignore that fact. Like, no, I can't see it, so it can't be true.
Yes, I am.
But
please trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer.
What if the officer has already been switched? And that's why she's working so hard, like, against this theory, because she's on the bad guy's side, because she is a bad guy in disguise. Planted there, maybe, early on.
Yep. Let's do that.
Wouldn't put that, against it.
okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we had to come and conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put you out. We'll do it your way.
Your Grace.
No, nothing wrong with my work.
Calls the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago.
Uh-oh. Does it mean that the first people have escaped?
I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
Oh, frick.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
Now she's suddenly switching? Sauce. It is very sauce.
That potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress.
And
if the Marishose's Malazines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Unless they have a hideout where they all like go and make party, like, yeah, we escaped prison, yay. Like dumbasses do sometimes, you know? The kind of people that like escape prison or whatever or do a crime, and then afterwards they like post it on Facebook and like, oh yeah, having a party because we robbed a bank, and then they are found out. These cases actually existed, so wouldn't put it past them.
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end!
technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawat.
Okay, the coincidences are like too coincidental. The guy presenting the face change skincare product is the guy helping with arresting these people? Like, are we going full circle now?
Oh?
Yeah, Sigewinne is she's suspecting too.
What? Isn't that the handsome guy we met at that skincare promotion?
Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he specialized in potions. One of the crimes this gang is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. According to Mr. Rawat, they appear to have stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation.
Oh, so you're saying they got his tech, so he's not involved? Maybe they got caught and he just blamed it on them, even though he was part of it to like not end in prison.
At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual property infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation, he reported them to the authorities.
I got the feeling I am right.
Thanks to his report, we were able to swoop in and arrest them all in one go.
What a hero! Bet that took courage on his part.
But you know what that means? That means that the accomplices probably want revenge now. Either that or this was all planned. He's like, you get out of prison easily with the potion.
No doubt. This is worth following up on. As the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat will be targeted by the escapees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but just in case this wasn't planned as well.
That aside, since he's negotiated with them in person before, there's a chance he'll have some additional information for us.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
I mean, if what we have found out so far is true, they'll all be well behaved, but just in case.
Miss Morgan, I'd like to come along and help you catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your focus was on the inmate's health, and rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals. That's our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from.
She's shutting it down
Arresting
again.
Criminals is dangerous business, and if anything happened to you, none of us can afford to take on that responsibility.
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
You say that, but still.
If I may, Miss Morgan, Sigewinne is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and I'm sure she has far more expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you. And if you really are worried for her safety, then...
Then bring me with you. Yeah, I knew it.
Ah, there you go, right on cue. Knew I could count on you.
Okay. Well, since this plan has the Duke's blessing, far be it from me to refuse. We should head off immediately. Time is of the essence.
Go to Research Institute. Over here maybe. Yes. Time to fill up my font. And now, I mean, not to get distracted. But the font. No. No time for drinks.
Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business. And we're gonna need you to cooperate.
The Marsh is a phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
He was like totally casual, like, oh, illegal research again. Yeah, we do that here. I mean, nothing to find.
What? Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right? He actually doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though. You can see what they know.
Just a handful? Paimon figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people.
But not a lasting one, I'm guessing.
But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
Basically, what he's saying is we're all too smart to fall for a guy that's just looks.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
Well, he was trying to sell you stuff, Paimon.
I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends. Really? Paimon couldn't tell. Must be a Melusine perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research Institute for any clues. Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Sigewinne. Paimon's suddenly kind of curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
Everybody like, that weirdo. Okay, who are we talking to?
Quit following me.
They're on the outside. Okie dokie.
Too slow.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
That's me. What is it?
Are you close friends with Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends?
She's offended.
Because I told him I had feelings for him once. I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay.
Oh god, we opened the can of worms.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
In the background, we are like already talking with each other, like ignoring her completely.
I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
She's a little pissy.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
I say get her to ramble more.
She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure. It's curable? Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Oh god, she's playing that card. Yeah, I'll hydrate. Give me a second. My water is almost empty. I have to get a new one. But don't worry, I have some. Somewhere on my right. But this one still has a little bit inside of it.
Wait, why are you looking for him again?
He might explode at any minute.
Oh, that's right, yeah. The Marshosei Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he's safe.
Yeah, criminals that escaped the prison.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago. Just happened to run into him, of course.
I guess she's not over him yet, because I thought she was already in the I hate him state, but apparently she's still in denial and thinks something could happen.
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place.
Could have guessed something like that.
I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Wouldn't that be bad if the criminal showed up at the mother's house? Because in that case, we have her also being threatened.
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once.
I was just trying to find out more about him, you know, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum?
There must be a story there, right? Why would he overreact like that?
Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Yeah, she still likes it. Yeah, that's what I find alarming. Like, woman, do you not see the red flags?
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again. We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we regroup. Cool, sounds like a plan.
Should we still talk to the other two people?
Hey there, are you in Teep?
What do you want?
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
But why would he want to have to use it?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me?
Maybe he was a little concerned and that another researcher would see that his product was designed for a criminal purpose.
I bought his product once and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong. I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
Or he had something to hide.
So is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous?
I think both is the case.
Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go. Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antib, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
That's a weird tip out of nowhere.
Huh? Yeah. Thanks.
Sigewinne, why? I have questions. Give me a sec. Don't fall down. Be good. Okay. One bottle gone. Next one needs to come. There we go. There it is. Got it. Okay, we have one more person to talk to. Oops, I made a mess. But I'll start this.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
There we go. Now everything's orderly again. I knocked things over.
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh, so there was a friendship here once.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his findings. He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confidentiality agreement first. Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working with a guy like that? Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So basically, people are not fond of him.
So that's what Rawat is really like. We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Meropide. All right, then I'm happy.
Rawat was American capitalist.
I respect the work you do. Medicine serves
Kinda.
the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Wow, turns out Sigewinne's got some real clout.
Saved by Sigewinne being popular.
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, and I've barely seen him since.
Ah, speaking of Sigewinne, I have a tiny complaint to Julio to make. Today I opened my email up, and I got a promotional email for this patch, second half. Like they usually do, like they send you an email, so you pull on the banners, blah blah, nothing new. But what I have to complain about is the promotional mail was not for Sigewinne, even though she's the new character. It was for Farina. Like, oh here, get the rerun. The cute Melusine? Screw that one. We know that one would not sell. That's kind of what it sounded like. It's so shitty. It's so sad. She had like one picture in the whole email was like, oh yeah, and Sigewinne exists too, by the way.
But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers.
It's sad.
He meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
And though she's weak. Yeah, I mean... but everybody already knows about Farina. You don't need to promote that. You know what I want to say?
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together, because it seemed like they went out of their way to avoid discussing anything in my presence. The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
So he has something to do with these guys.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
Oh, you can't stop me. Yeah, we have to go against the meta always. Just pull what you like. Play what you like. That's what we do.
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the Morag rubber, not me.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
And I mean, it's not like Sigewinne is totally bad. She's fine. She's just not breaking the meta OP over the top or something, and people are pissed or something. Her gameplay is awesome. Happy she's cute. I mean, she's decent. At least if you have a Farina. Without Farina, I think it might be questionable. But she works well with Farina, I would say.
Welcome. Goodbye. And may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
Well, that's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
Yeah, if we can meet up. God. I collect healers, so I already want her. I know somebody that specifically collects like all the tiny little the small characters. So they're gonna be happy too. Where is the meetup point? Oh, over there. I'm dumb. I thought it was inside where we first met. You can, for fun, make her a burst sub DPS that can heal.
You know, Heimat started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly...
A team that is kind of fun with her is Nivelette, Farina, Animo.
Peers have a different impression of him.
Collect the chibis. I have Farina. I mean, as long as you have one sub DPS that does damage off field with their E, you should be having an okay team. So, for example, you could use a build Fischl or Albedo or Shiori. I think Yai might work too. So she buffs that. One is really enough. Because Sigewinne has a amount of stacks, and like the group shares the stacks, so like one person in general is enough to drain the stacks. Farina, of course, is like the best because Farina in general profits from having a second hydro and stuff. So you have the HP percent bonus thingy, but it's fine. Like, I would even say, even if you don't have that, like, just slot it in a healer that is Hydra on top is never a bad thing. I mean, you couldn't put Barbara in groups too. You know what I mean? Yeah. 81 pity. At least you won the pity, right? Could be worse.
Now, Paimon? A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder? So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all? Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How did such a handsome guy end up being so
God, Paimon is so shallow.
difficult family background? It just doesn't make any sense.
I was already on at least day up, please. That's whenever I am like pulling a banner and I'm like I could lose the 50-50, I'm always like, maybe Tainari, please? Something I use, please? I make it a big deal for her hands. Like, maybe she has a tiny crush. Tiny Paimon, tiny crush. Tiny, tiny.
You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Head nurse.
She's saying the truth. Listen to it.
I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
Now let's hope you win in the fight then. There's nothing worse than not getting the character one wants.
Involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.
But he got money, which means he probably got it from an illegal operation.
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands?
Yeah. Illegal, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
Oh god. My water bottle is leaking again. Okay, I'll keep it down here. Whenever I need it, I get it. I think that's a better thing.
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
It is very suspicious. Whoever the shoe fits or something like that.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them!
Because he was about to be found out himself. That's what I think.
Most children who come to me with tooth decay have suffered pain for a long time already, but they'll still try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets. Grown-ups and children aren't so different in that regard. If you say so.
I saw him when he came to make his report, and I certainly didn't get the feeling that he was the type to collude with criminals. Perhaps it's more likely that they were coercing him.
Why is she always arguing for the guy? Like, does she have a crush on the guy too, or what is going on?
You mentioned that he comes from a poor family. So, it's possible that the criminals approached him, asking for academic support, luring him in with the promise of riches.
Yeah, isn't that basically what, like, why do you think most people do crimes? Because they think crime is funny? They do that to get rich, of course, because they're poor. That's the problem, lady.
By the time he discovered who they really were, he was in too deep. They had leverage on him, so he was forced to keep working for them. I've seen it happen many times before.
That does make a lot of sense. It would definitely explain why he was so unwilling to cooperate with his fellow researchers. No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck. In that case, the situation could be worse than we thought. If Verwat was working with the escaped...
I like how this squirrel is standing near the group like it's part of the gang.
There's a good chance they'll get to him before we do.
It's Officer Squirrel reporting for duty.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, he was last seen 2 days ago. if no one's seen him since, maybe we're too late.
2 days ago? So he went missing right after that product promotion.
That was the same day he reported the criminals, too. Not a good sign.
And the same day the switcheroos first started happening. Too much of a coincidence.
Come on, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle, it's likely that he's gone into hiding. Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible. The only lead we have at the moment is his mother's house, which you mentioned earlier. Seath, think you can find the place?
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires you to provide a legal address. The one Rawat wrote down was in the outskirts of the city. That should be the place.
Okay, let's go there. Let's see what we find. We shouldn't probably put too much of a commotion up, because we heard the mom is sick. And even if her son doing criminal stuff, it's not her fault. She needs peace and quiet. So we take the fighting outside. Can we borrow your son for a second? And then outside, we're gonna give him the smash.
Okay, then there's no time to lose. Let's move.
Officer Squirrel, are you okay? No, off to duty and see. Up here? Okay, that's a weird choice, but I'm going with it. Also, can't say how much I hate, like, this freaking abomination. Like, couldn't they have just drawn the line from here to here? Like this? Especially when you're doing, like, this weekly boss, and you spawn afterwards, you spawn almost on the Paimon barrier. I hate it so much. I can't say how much I hate this.
Too slow.
God, all the way up the hill. Why? At least there's lots of birds here. And butterflies. Okay. I'm not seeing anything of security position outside. I'd say that's a good thing. In his favor.
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Okay, I'll knock.
FBI, open up.
Sounds like whoever's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open?
So the mother is alone?
Break the door down?
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. There'll be a mountain of paperwork if we damage a citizen's property.
So we got a locksmith or something.
Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength. And it's open.
The lockpicking expert. All this time playing Skyrim finally came to good use.
See, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
I just hope he doesn't, like, hide in there, because that would be pretty shitty. When he's, like, hiding in here and not answering, like, his mother is probably, like, moving inside, wanting to get out, maybe hurt herself or something.
Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right? She doesn't look like she's in any state to be answering our questions, though.
Maybe we can see if she's okay, though.
We could try, but she is very ill. We mustn't force it.
Well, doesn't look like Rawat's here. She's the only one we can talk to.
Yep. Allow me. Hello, ma'am. Might I ask if you're Rawat's mother? We are trying to locate him.
Okay, so maybe she's in a state of mind she doesn't remember her son anymore. Or it's not her son at all.
Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of her what?
I have one here.
Why does she have a... Okay, maybe there's a wanted poster. Wait, no. But maybe they have a poster from, like, interrogation because he, like, is whistleblowing and everything. And...
I'd like to show you a photo, ma'am. Is this your son? Do you know where he is?
God, leave the poor lady alone.
Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Well, looks like we're out of leads. If Rawat's not here, things are looking very bad for him.
Is it possible he could have avoided returning here because he knew he'd be in danger?
Maybe. But if so, where do we look next?
Would he abandon his mother
Maybe
without telling anybody? Because he could have just easily, like... The girl in the institute, for example, he could have shared a message like, my mom here, please take care, I have to go under or something. But he didn't nothing, which is weird to me.
Yes, so?
I suggest we all return there now. We found a good amount of useful information the first time, but perhaps there's something we missed. This is our last hope.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for a while? This patient requires some care.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. We can't just leave her alone.
Of course. Traveler, stay with the head nurse. You're technically here as her assistant after all.
I'm kind of not liking when she's going out alone. It gives me bad vibes.
Also, I'd like some Chaussee members to stay as well and keep an eye on the area.
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will return.
Got it. Okay. I'll tell the squad members in hiding to stay put and keep a lookout.
Something is not right.
Yet again, Traveler and Paimon. No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean... Yes. She's barely clinging on to life. Oh. Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over there?
But that definitely means he would return, right? Because unless he was lying, from what we heard, he's very concerned about his mother.
Yeah, of course.
No.
I can tell that her family has tried a lot of different treatment methods, including some very expensive medicines. Unfortunately, her condition is so multifaceted that a recovery looks all but impossible.
Is that his motivation, maybe?
Sigewinne, Paimon bets being a nurse must be pretty tough at times like this. Yes, it makes me a little sad. In Melizine's eyes, a human's birth, aging, sickness, and death are as much a part of natural law as sunrise and sunset. But human medicine can defy that law to some extent. In that sense, it is a science of miracles. That is why I became fascinated with it in the first place. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases.
God, that hits too close to home. This is not good.
Don't worry about me, Paimon. A doctor's duty is not to cure all diseases, but to treat whatever ailments they can. At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less, and she might even be able to see her son. Yeah.
When he comes back, that is.
To find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks. Oh, her fever is getting worse. Could I get some hot water? Sure, we're on the case.
Look for hot water. Look for it in the area. Is there a kitchen here? I mean, this kind of looked like a pot, so that's the only thing that kind of made sense. The way to an underground lab is written down in the journal. I think I found something. Here come the tears. I mean, it's Genshin after all. I have been prepared from the very beginning.
Found the hot water?
But that kind of came out of nowhere. I thought it was more Sigewinne related.
Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We gotta go tell Officer Morgan right away. Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now? It's all right. We'll go bring him back. Please hang in there. Thank you.
Aww. Understanding basically without words. I must not cry again. Let's just hope for a miracle, but I mean... Wow, great hiding by the way. One can see your head. And your glove. Okay, it doesn't matter. And your head. They all noobs in hiding? No wonder they never succeed in their criminal cases. Okay, where is underground lab?
Quit following me.
Apparently up here. Why am I climbing, by the way?
Upon the gale. Quit following me.
Apparently they already found this place? How did they find that so quick? Where was the intel from?
It's Officer Morgan! They're already here!
We came as soon as we heard the news. I can't believe we were so careless. The most crucial information of all was hiding right there, in that room. And we missed it.
How? Did we have any cell phone communication in Tibet? Or how did they know about that so fast? Don't they usually send letters and stuff?
Don't blame yourself. Right now,
I'm confused.
we need to focus on finding a way in. There's a mechanical door over here. Hopefully the instructions in Rawat's journal will help us open it.
There wasn't... I didn't read through the whole journal. Maybe just press a button. Does it do anything?
It's open.
Wow, that was easy. Spin to win. Private laboratory. Oh god. Recommended element water. I think I have water with me and I'm probably gonna get a trial Sigewinne anyway, so we should be good. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Exactly. Into the washing machine. Okay, trial Sigewinne. I'll try playing with her. Let's see how good this goes. I only have a basic understanding of the kit, but I think we should be fine.
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
So they found this place too?
I got the feeling we're not gonna do enough damage for this. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to do a little more than that. Ow, by the way. Because if I go with this, we will take forever. I'll try to use her as much as possible though, okay? Do a little bit of this. Because I think that does the most for her, like her ult thingy.
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for. There may be others hiding deeper inside the facility.
Ah, so these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Mara Shosei Phantom. How did they
Look at all the energy in the background.
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right. I'm on your side.
Nope,
I mean,
fake.
The Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Mr. Odilon, Didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Well, you know, gotta help His Grace out. Share the load.
Let me guess you never said that. Something like that. This is gonna be a test.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
Told ya.
What? But I...
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face swapping method.
Well, now she believes us. Now, after all of this, finally.
Stay here and keep guard. And watch the exit. If we're not back soon, call for reinforcements.
Got it.
I saw a treasure chest. Did you see it too? Right on top of the staircase. Aw, how very cute. Give me my treasure. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Now I have to try something out. Yay! I like that in the trial already. The little heart bubbles. He's just so cute. Don't do much though, I know.
Don't slip and fall.
But it's don't slip and fall. I slipped. And I fell. Is that a bad thing? Does that lead back or something? I hope I didn't miss a treasure chest up there. Did I? Can I get that high up again? Wait. God, I have the bubbler. I don't want the bubbler. Can I... Oh, wait. My wings are probably not working in here, right? And gadget also not working. And I'm not getting high enough with this. Nah. If I had the gadget, I would be high enough. But without the gadget, I think we're screwed. Almost. The question is, did I miss a treasure chest? Do you know or not? Probably not. If not, it only contains it probably only contains some Mora or something anyway. But then that was like, don't trip, and I tripped. Like, what the heck? Treasure chests are very obvious. Not always. I remember in Inazuma there was one quest where we could miss one.
This scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew.
This quest is okay, so specifically this one is okay. She's sniffing it. This is the lotion.
How come they're all empty? Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult to reach location?
Because it's an illegal thing.
Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
So quick to rebut Sigewinne falling for looks too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking all the time. Like, not only regarding him, because my first thought was maybe she has a crush on him. Like when she said like, oh no, he's not here. This and that. But she already defended the criminals back in the fortress. Like, nah, these are not face swap. These are the real ones. Put them back and everything. Like something with her is up.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go. Come on.
Because this does not explain her behavior towards the case with the swap criminals before, where she immediately was like, no, that can't be. Let's not investigate any further. Because she didn't know that has something to do with him, unless she knew because she's in it. Maybe also an accomplice. And then that would explain things. Yeah.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get this door open.
And I thought there was
Find another way around.
And I thought there was gonna be another hole when she said that. 2 chests.
Those carts and tracks. Oh, maybe it's one of those doors that opens
Rotate.
when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
Rotate. True treasure chests, you say. Rotate. Oh, the other way around. My bad. Or wait, what happens if I smash it in there? What happens if I do that? Will it open something? No. Okay. I thought maybe I could like smash the wall in or something. My bad. Thought maybe there was a secret. Swoop. There is one, but I can't get there. Need to go around it. But I keep that in mind. Can I see an entrance to that? Something near an elevator, I think. There's one. How could you? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to use her as best I can. I got the feeling this is gonna take too long, though. Well, it's okay. Ow. At least we can't die because we're almost invincible. But, I mean, damage from a healer... People are delusional if they think, like, a healer is gonna do super high damage without any, like, investment or special teams to set up. Her movements are too slow. I mean, her ult is nice. Ow. But how much energy dragon do they give her in this? 135 seems a little bit... It only has a 70 cost, though. Maybe I should use that more often, but I think it wasn't ready before, right? Musa complained about the Hydra application. Yeah, I'm thinking when you're using her, you're not using her for application. 100%. She's not having enough application to be used. As I said, I think her biggest upside is that she's a team-wide healer and she has a way to buff damage of off-field units that do damage through E. Which is a unique design in my opinion. It's a good thing. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, this way is blocked, which means this one is closed too. Doesn't do a thing. Okay, where's the other card? Healing is okay. Ult is fine. Get all the most buffs to constantly. Yeah, I heard she's good to play as an on-fielder. As like a driver on-fielder when you have her C6 or something. And especially when you have her bow. But... it's a lot of investment. If you like the character, I think that's okay. But like for general purposes... Wait. What does it say? The track is... oh, not connected. My bad. Now what's this supposed to accomplish? That's what I'm asking. What are we supposed to accomplish? Because we can't move that one. Wait, are we supposed to switch these? I supposed to switch these two? Maybe. Oh god, with a mouse weren't so weird. There we go. We rotate this. Not a driver, but as a burst DPS. I think a driver could work too. But the funny thing is, before you put the constellation into her, unless you like her very, very much, like, but from like a total investment for a power point of view, then why not just get the constellations for Nouvillette instead? That's what I'm saying. But it's nice to people that want to play her, in my opinion. That there is options. Sadly enough, we had countless of characters that are not playable or not easily play. Dang it, I pressed the wrong thing. Not easily enough playable. And I always think it's nice when a character is at the very least usable. Okay, why is this card going through and that one I couldn't move? What's the deal? Is that like an auto safety mechanism or something? Okay. Is this the room with the second treasure chest? No, it kind of doesn't look like it. Did I miss that room? Maybe it's upcoming.
This room's much smaller than the others. Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse, over here.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes. Why would he change here?
You know, it kind of fits with the agenda that they seem to have currently, to want people to pull more constellations, more weapons, and more characters in general across both of their games. I'm just saying it's a trend I notice. Not a good one though.
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else?
That would be brutal.
Yikes, Sigewinne, where did that come from?
I mean, it's a possibility. She's right.
Oh, what a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
Starting with Lizzie, his quality of life feature was removed and added to the C1. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Things like that. Head to the deepest part of the lab, which is... I lost my direction. We can't go this way, right? This is not the part where the treasure chest is, though. This thing is freakingly weird. Maybe it's upcoming. Maybe it's coming later. Experiment log. Supply of the sewage fluid has completely dried up. Though that means this final batch I'll be able to fetch a good price. Finding a new way to refine the liquid might be better use of it. No, it's too late, whatever that means. Oh, wait, there it is. Got my treasure chest. Is he talking about his mother? That it's too late for her? That's sad. I have some sympathy. Like, dooming other people's lives is, he lost the sympathy again, you know? Plus point and immediately lost all of them.
There's a whole bunch of people in there.
That was so comedic, like everybody peeking in like, huh? What's going on in there?
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this face-changing solution as before. The side effects are as you can see.
Why didn't you say anything before we all used it?
Uh-oh. There is,
Look, my plan got you all out of
A-
prison, didn't it? You'd have much bigger problems to worry about right now if the Marshall say Phantom found out about
a
your
tiny
other
ruckus.
crimes.
Look,
Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
they are not of one mind anymore, which might be a good opportunity to strike while they're bickering.
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners. And now you have the gall to pull a stunt like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself. If you place too much trust in others, well, I'm afraid that's your problem. You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Parton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more juice. But it turns out there ain't a drop here. Besides, what does it matter now anyway? He already said, even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again solves nothing. They're still gonna melt off eventually.
So what they're saying is the change in Fontanians at the end of like the Archon quest changed the physics enough so that the solution doesn't work anymore, which kind of makes me think about how much crime they did before that with the face-changing potions.
I said enough arguing. Parton, tell us the plan.
There is a plan, right? Yeah, they're no longer Oceanids.
To continue using the potion. Keep switching to a new face before the ulcers can start forming.
Now it kind of makes sense why he kind of said in this promotion that the lotion works better on Fontanians.
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking us to use it like skin lotion after the flood all but wiped the supply out?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Uh-oh, that sounds threatening. Or like blackmail.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work. What's the problem? I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just have one spare bottle each?
What do you think?
He'll probably just wants them to swipe from them. He probably just wants to see if they have an extra, then swipe them, their bottles, and then give them some fake thing and like keep it to himself.
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in public again.
Ugh, I've heard enough. Get him! Let's see if that document even exists.
Freeze! Marshall say Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
We'll let ourselves in.
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
Rawat?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Patton knows something. He immediately reacted to the name.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Patton?
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
This might be, this might not be working with Sigewinne only. Or more like it will take forever. Also, I'm not want to say anything, but Baijo is helping off field somehow, so it's not fair. Anyways. Blub blub. Give me energy, that's all I want.
I swear, it's for medical research.
After I wound it all up. Wish her heart bubbles were faster or she moves faster. While her heart bubbles with her bow. Yeah, it would be, but I think it's just a cute feature that they put in. I don't think it's for actual combat. At least I can't imagine it. Uh-oh. I missed somebody. He's so tiny and small and slow. Global. At least she could be like a semi-driver with that. Honestly, you know what would have worked to make her a semi-well driver? Like, give her an opportunity to do like auto shots like this that apply water. Like maybe while her bottle was up, but yeah, she's not a good applier. It just is the way it is. Can't make her something she isn't, you know. Right? Yeah, I know. I'm just taking the opportunity with the bubble to read chat. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just using it to read the chat. I just like this, and then I'll look over. Ow. Ow. Yeah, if I do something, I do it to the rest. Until I get all the rest down here. I know it's a dumb idea. But like you said, we're gonna do this trial Sigewinne alone. We're gonna do this trial Sigewinne alone. Even though, yeah, Baiju is passively helping, okay. Ow. I got the feeling if I'm normal attacking, that's better than when I'm trying to use my charged attack. When I do the charge attack, I'm just like so vulnerable. Or at least I feel vulnerable.
I never expected to see the head nurse in combat.
Me neither.
Respond better to a more aggressive treatment plan. Did we get everyone?
Captain, we finished the head count. Potten's missing.
Of course.
Over there! The door's closing!
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill two birds with one stone.
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere. Find it!
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
Well, it's just... I mean, it's a glass. Can we not just, like, throw a big rock at it? Do you know her bubble lock is level based and size based? Enemies that can't be lifted by Venti can't be bubbled. Enemies even one level higher than Sigewinne can't be locked by her bubbles either. Yeah, I think I read something like that.
How naive.
Beat the way once, glass is GG easy.
If we're not back out by the agreed time, they'll come to our rescue.
As I said, we could just smash a glass in.
You'd better hope they get here in time.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful, it's poisonous.
This is our distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent contamination. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
He certainly was prepared for somebody coming after him. That's all I'm saying. Criminal mastermind number 3.
Why would you do this? Your partners are here too.
Ex-partners, as far as I heard him correctly before.
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have him exposing my potential whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
Smash a glass?
Go ahead. Struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Cotton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face. Just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
Oh, I doubt it. After all, Fontanians can no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
What the?
She figured out the recipe.
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it.
So basically, you're plastering your face with remnants of other people. Yay! Very good skincare.
Before the flood, all Fontanians were oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian in much the same way as hydroidolins change form. Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wished. But since the flood, Fontanians have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion, nor reap its benefits.
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater? Then their crimes are far worse than I thought.
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course! Well, well. So that's why you have a human appearance.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of. The air's getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
I see what the plan is. Getting me interested, even though that's not how she got her face.
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a bottle of it right here.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather some other ingredients for me, and sure enough, a little experimenting later, I'd produced the potion.
Wait, we did get special water, and we did get a crab. When I remember correctly.
Lotion contains the fruits of your joint research?
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were a supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is minuscule compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the ingredients, I think you can figure it out. First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls.
I think she's playing him.
I see. Can't believe I never thought of that.
And he's desperate, so it might work.
Can we make a deal?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. Drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
Nope, not trusting you that easily. You're like those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the potion.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here? I'm not closing the valve this time. Clock's ticking.
Fine, then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
We're playing the threatening game now.
No.
Who'll give up first? Who's more desperate?
It's open!
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
We have to leave, but first I have to loot. Interesting that we can't see anything in there. Thought she was maybe still standing there or something. Okay. So I'm guessing this is just a leave button.
That was too close. That button is a real nasty piece of work. Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, Traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine, right? Flying fast is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now. Paimon's still shocked to learn that there's a whole criminal operation going on behind that skincare lotion.
And you wanted to use it. Just saying.
Shame I ended up giving the improved version to Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise. No, please don't. Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Still, it was a
Paimon's not interested anymore.
in the first place, huh? It ended up saving everyone's lives. That's gotta count for something. Yeah, Paimon was just kidding.
Head nurse. I've done a final head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fortress of Meripede. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat. At this point, I'm afraid he's probably deceased.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Potten guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him. No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies. And one of them neutralized poison gas. We'd have been fine, even if he hadn't opened the gate.
So does it mean that she had a plan with giving him the potion?
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
Where do you think he's running out with that?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing him that bottle.
Is it like a very stinky lotion and she can like get his track where he might be hiding?
If he changes his appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry. She won't last much longer.
Had to destination. Oh, we're going back to the mother's house. Wait, you see the same person? I mean, it kind of makes sense. We have so much face changing going on here. It's hard to keep track. But that would explain the motivation behind all of this, right? Or maybe he took this guy's place at some point. Like, maybe he wasn't a real researcher, but he just took the researcher's place. But this is like his actual backstory and motivation. We'll see. We'll see in just a second.
Don't move a muscle. I might be short, but I pack a mean punch.
Good thing that we left a little surprise in here. Oopsie daisy, the surprise gang.
Captain, you're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. So I detained him.
Whoa. His face.
Are you... Potten? So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is how Potten looked before his face was marred. His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see. Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change back to his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you inside.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim.
No. I'm saying the same thing.
How can he and this monster be the same person?
I mean, from what we heard about Rawat, it's like, well, duh.
Forced against his will.
They're both not really the nicest kind of people.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. Heck, when I was being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech. Explain yourself.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is.
Ooh, backstory time.
When I was just Potton, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Oh god.
Women despise me.
Why specifically her? You know what I mean?
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Potton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't ever seeing the light of day again.
That evil laughter at the end.
There was no way out for me. Until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell you.
Everybody's so shallow in this quest.
I became popular with women.
Well, that's the important part, right? But nobody liked you deep down.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me? I'd be happy to sign a licensing agreement.
I mean, we know how all three of these ended. All three hated him in the end. After the first impression that was like good, everybody was like, that douche? No, doesn't want anything to do with that guy.
My peers looked up to me.
I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors. So far be it for me to ask for a full collaboration, per se.
In that regard, Meloscenes are like dogs. They can see below, behind the skin. They see if it's a good person or not. And, like, the Meloscenes in this quest were all like, that guy? Nah, that guy no good.
And the villains even began to fear me.
Lady still had some love sickness. Probably of like a fake image in her head or something.
Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in. But I did not hold a grudge. After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor. Or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Oh, are you?
Yeah, that was the price you have to pay. But you know, along with you.
Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rising star in the Fontaine Research Institute, I was unrecognizable to her.
Because he gave himself up.
Even if it means donning my own wretched, ugly face. Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Maybe under supervision we could let him inside. We know that she's gonna die pretty much soon anyway.
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes? After what you've done, you found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no, you chose to keep working with them.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
So basically, he's admitting that he's only more hungry.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard? Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face, did you?
I did? You have it on the VOD. Everybody knows I did instantly. Call that like, oh, villain introduction.
You have no judge me. You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world. I regret nothing. My mother would understand.
You're a villain to the core, but especially that tongue. Honestly, I don't see a villain when I look at your current face either.
Don't humor me. You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least. How long have you known the truth?
Knowing her, she probably knew for a while.
I didn't know anything for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started suspecting you, it was the first time you came to see me at the infirmary. I had to confirm my suspicions. That's why I chose to join this investigation.
Are you kidding me? A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal? What on earth gave you the idea that they could be one and the same person?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are very powerful. Even as a Melazine, I couldn't see through the disguise. But I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my kind. Humans have certain fundamental qualities that do not change with their appearance.
It's called a personality.
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, do you? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. Melazine constitutions are very close to that of water, so it stands to reason that the potion should work on them too. You used it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a human appearance.
Sigewinne? Yes, you're right.
Oh god.
Back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance.
But question is, how does she still get the Fontanian fluid? That's what I'm asking. Or did she find like a substitute? Because she said something about an anti-diluting it or something. His scar looks cool. It's a nice detail that they're trying something different with a NPC model. I always like the idea of like involving new stuff, so everything becomes more varied. You know what I mean?
Who was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make. It's a no-brainer. So you see, you and I were the same. And I'm the one who saw through you.
But doesn't mean that the witch didn't exist at all. Was I doing like a big brain move figuring out which of the witches it was for nothing?
That's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well, I can grant you your wish.
Huh?
Head nurse, I'm not sure that's a good idea in his current state.
He won't do anything to his own mother.
Don't worry.
Not that he, because he likes her so much.
Potion for our lives. I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange for the potion. Also, he could see his mother again.
Test motive.
If nothing else, his concern for his mother is genuine.
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him. You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
That's what I said 10 minutes ago. Good that we're on the same page now.
Mom? It's me, Potton, your son. You recognize me now, don't you?
Or maybe she doesn't.
Mom, what's wrong?
Or maybe she's just too weak to talk.
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined your mother last time we were here, and it appears that due to her prolonged fever, she's lost her eyesight.
What?
Your appearance no longer has any bearing on her ability to recognize you. But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are. Wouldn't you say?
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me.
No, not the sad music. Not no.
If you really can't see my face, then Here, take my hand. Tell me you feel your son's hand. I've done so much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No, 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 no!
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all.
What does the temperature have to do with that? Would you hear the voice?
It's you. Thank you.
Oh no.
Of course.
Mom, why will you answer her and not me?
Maybe she kind of felt that he was doing evil stuff. You know what? A mother's feeling. Like she knew he was off the wrong path. When you start dying, it's eyesight, hearing, smell, and touch that you start losing. I am not very familiar. I'm gonna say the topic. I don't know. Genshin, I said I know. No, cry. I know. I don't wanna cry right now. No. How about no? How about we don't cry?
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
Mom. Mom.
I mean, I did see this come in, but it's still sad.
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are not the same.
What was that supposed to mean? What was that supposed to mean with you and I are not the same? She meant like in their inside, like personality-wise. Is that what she wanted to say? Because I didn't get it.
The wait is over, everyone. The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Another skincare promotion, and it's selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew what was in the last batch.
Good thing nobody knows.
Oh, Sigewinne's here too! Hey, Sigewinne! Oh, Traveler Paimon, hello! Oh, I hope you two got a good rest yesterday after all your hard work. Of course! Nurse's orders, right? Anyway, are you here to take notes for your next article? Actually, I'm mostly here to help Officer Morgan wrap up yesterday's case. Ah, that reminds Paimon. That stuff sold like crazy, didn't it? Is it gonna cause huge problems?
Is there another problem coming our way? Nah.
Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, Butterfly Dew is an excellent skincare product that's completely safe to use. Besides, officers have already retrieved all Butterfly Dew purchased on the market. Now it's just a matter of disposal. After consulting Monsieur Nervulette, I came up with a way to neutralize any harmful effects. So it'll evaporate naturally, without polluting water or soil.
Ooh.
Wow, it's Sigewinne to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Well, maybe Morgan wasn't a sus. She's just weird and untrusting, I'm guessing.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also, you mentioned you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potton's records. Anyway, I have them with me. Here. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down. He put up no resistance during the interrogation, and answered all our questions. We learned a lot.
That's because he didn't have a motive anymore. It's super easy.
Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Later, he came up with the idea to dilute it and use the resulting substance as a skincare product. Their supplier was Vache. But you could also argue that they were the ones doing him a favor.
We know that name.
This operation helped Vache's gang dispose of an enormous amount of evidence. It made for a seamless collaboration. One man's trash was another man's treasure, and there were no loose ends. It's no wonder we never noticed what Potten's gang was up to.
This reference to like big like mafia plots. It kind of seems so.
Vache again, huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Make no mistake. The crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts all ended in failure. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang and eventually round them up.
They gotten desperate.
That sounds more like it.
Based on what he told us in his confession, we pretty much had him backed into a corner, even though he made a point of distancing himself from the gang while disguised as Rawat. He tried to throw us off his tail by reporting his accomplices, giving him enough time to transform back into Potten and see his mother one last time.
Kind of as I said so. They were almost found out and he just panicked.
But there was one thing he hadn't anticipated. Even though Potten had been missing for a long time, we were very much still on the lookout for him. So the moment he appeared in public after changing back to his original appearance, we caught him.
So he tried this once before, huh? Guess he really did want his mother to see him again. But in the end...
Why didn't he pick like a third face and then came to his mother and then changed back there? It kind of doesn't make much sense.
Looking at the interrogation records, it seems like he spent the first sum of money he earned as Rawat on his mother's treatment.
Yes, which is why I suspect that his initial motive for using the potion was not personal greed.
Like, I ask why he didn't... Why did he immediately change back to Potten when he could have changed to a different, like, totally unsuspecting person? To go to his mother and then only at his mother's place change back to his Potten form? Wouldn't that have been more secure? You know what I mean? Yeah, one, but... Oh, he had just one. Okay. Then why didn't he use, you know, like... a hoodie or a face mask? I don't know. He's smart but not wise. Yeah, we have proven that a lot of times now.
He went too far. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I think he just made a panic decision.
I understand. Thank you for bringing me these records. Why did you want them anyway? Potten was one of my patients, so I need to put together a medical file for him. My teacher always stressed that a person's life experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history.
Oh, she's taking her job very seriously.
Why are you still treating him like your patient? Isn't he kind of beyond redemption now?
I mean, technically he's gonna be back in prison, so he's gonna be a patient again.
Well, that may be true, but a patient is a patient, regardless of the choices that bring them to my care.
One last thing, head nurse. Please keep everything you know about this potion a secret. It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence. I know my fellow officers and I will be able to sleep easier if that's the case.
Of course. Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding. I'll take my leave then.
So, Sigewinne, did you really use that potion?
Yeah, that's the question that I wanted to ask. I just wanted to say, like, when we think back about the story she told us, she said that she got a potion, but she said she got it from a witch. Right? And she said she only took it once.
Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it. It was quite a while ago now. You mean that story about the witch and the potion? So it was really, actually, genuinely a true story? Yes, it really, actually, genuinely was. But...
No, she just didn't specify what kind of potion it was, right?
I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering everything we've been through together, I know I can trust you with them.
She's cute. Yeah, but is she also criminal? I'm afraid.
Before I tell you though, could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend.
Or maybe she wants to be out of hearing range for everybody that could arrest her.
Of course.
Oh, are we talking about the girl that she saved in the beginning? Oh god, that's way out of range. What the heck did I mark there on the map? Ah, I know what I marked. Because I take the hydroculus.
Upon the gale.
And I don't want to confuse myself next time I go there. Look who's there. I know these two. Hey, I wasn't there yet.
Oh, Nervalette and Risley, they're here too.
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Hmm? Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
I mean, come on, you're never out. That's just like when I go out of the house. That's also considered big news.
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time and place is of the utmost importance.
Maybe it's from someone that leaves his office 5 minutes a week. Yeah.
After reading the Maréchal Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Nervalette shows that he cares. We're both here for the same purpose, actually. To accompany Sigewinne as she pays her respects to her late teacher.
They're like, our tiny adoptive daughter is an important business. We need to be there.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The witch? Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only because Sigewinne calls her that all the time, so...
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed.
Hey there, bud. How you
Sigewinne
doing?
would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken
Already melted? I'm doing fine, thank you. It's very warm, though.
In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Showing that she had a great personality. Deep down.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
But what about you? Have you already melted? That's the question.
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can say the same. Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever since.
Ah, still adoptive daughter, even if she's way older than him. That's what I say. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Risley is the adopted son. The misbeer even won. But he turned out better.
Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than
Melts
most
away.
people in the fortress, myself included. Pretty sure that makes me the younger colleague.
You should try have some cold water running down your arms. That helps when you're very warm. I can assure. Nicolette should be older. Yeah, but I'm talking about Risley. He definitely not that old.
She served a sentence?
Yeah, what crime did she commit? I want to know. Oh, wait, let me see. Fontaine is a very, very strict country. She did some doctor things without a license. Is it that?
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human.
Oh, yeah. We kind of heard about that because it was illegal, basically, to transform the Oceanids into humans, right? That's when most of his sponsors died. Risley Youngish. So he is he's the tiny adoptive son then. Is this the Sigewinne Quest where Sigewinne is optional? No, we had plenty of Sigewinne. We're right to wrap it up, and we're just getting a... We are here for Sigewinne, kind of... mini cameos.
Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier lives.
So they wouldn't find out they themselves were transformed.
Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Sigewinne had her reasons for choosing to obtain a human form, but the act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
Look at him. He has a tiny head. I can't. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back to normal. I did pull. I was unlucky. Pull the chibi. Aww. Did you order the wrong chibi? Did you order the wrong one? You should have been more specific. Just, I want the tiny healer did not count. But yeah. Lost 50-50. Tell me a tragedy in 2 words, basically? Is 50-50 one word? I don't know. In one sentence. Tragedy in one sentence. Oh, we got a flashback.
Even with their daughter so ill, they kicked you out? Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either.
Low short healings with the worst elemental application of their elements. The coincidence is very coincidental.
Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you...
I discovered a strange disease, one I suspect that every Fontainian suffers from. But without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me.
Not that it's any good. I mean, it's good on Sigewinne, so that counts for something.
I had no choice but to experiment on myself to find a cure, but I hit a wall. And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you, and then you can go cure her.
Yeah, it's like most people like consider weapons to be bad because they're only good on one character. But if you actually pull for that character, I don't see any problem with it. It's a problem if you want the other weapon on the banner and get that one by accident, and then it's not good on any of your characters. That's kind of like the problemo. But I think otherwise it's fine.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know.
That little...
That girl. She's your first ever patient, isn't she? Tell me, what cost are you willing to bear to see her cured?
Yeah, I think as we talked about before, I think that trend is for a reason. They just want you to pull more and not like, oh, you still have a good thing that you gotten a while ago. You always need to be getting the specific thing. Same with light cones in Star Rail recently.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished for it?
As long as I don't hurt anyone. Yes.
Spoken like a true student of mine. Then I shall make one more final gamble. and see my experiment through to its end. Leave me for now and come back in 2 hours. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontanians, and I shall be able to help you treat that girl. If not, then it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. In that case,
Yeah, it's always the big problem with how much healing do you actually need and when can you switch to like other stats to matter. It's a very hard question to answer because it kind of depends on the content you're currently running and on the rest of the team, I'd say.
I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease. It has little use, but it will at least help you cure this one patient you can reach.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process.
I think energy recharge, depending on the team, is not a dumb idea. I mean, if you're running her kind of, let's say, with 3, like in a 3 hydro or mono hydro thing, then maybe you don't. But like, depending on what group you have her in, she might need some energy recharge. It also depends on how lucky you are with your substats.
And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontanians was uncovered. When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice, there are times when I cannot help but acknowledge its ruthlessness. After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine
He got his hat back.
These matters with you, no?
Oh god, it's still not ending. You two have fun together and I'm gonna go talk to Sigewinne.
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb. And even that's deep underwater now.
Aww.
Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she? Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in. After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh? Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do.
Oh, it still must have been really sad.
But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you. That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do. Alright, but
Both are true.
turn yourself in.
The buff is gone after like 3 seconds with so many off-field DPS. I mean, that is true, but as I said, she has many other different things that like work in her favor. Like she has group-wide healing that work great with Farina, and she's a second Hydro, which also buffs Farina even more. I don't think that is the problem. But yeah, technically, you could change up the facial slot, with something like let's say Beta, for example, that wouldn't take the stacks too much, because she doesn't do skill damage off field, then the thing wouldn't disappear that fast. But I think it's only a concern if you have a one person group that does skill damage off field that doesn't do great skill damage off field. Like if one of the people in the group is worse invested, let's say the official is bad invest, like you barely have her build, then it would be bad because she's stealing from the best invested character. But like if they're all equally invested, I think it doesn't really matter who takes up the stacks.
I broke the law. Simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine. True. It's just the way Patton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Neverlet said confirms that.
Yeah, like as I said, it depends on how you have them invested. If you have somebody very badly invested, you could change them up so they don't steal the stacks. I think Visual, if she's equally invested, is a great idea. I'm just saying if it's not the case. Like, not everybody has everybody maxed out. That's what I'm saying.
And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair.
But the thing that I'm saying is, I think people already ran this team, but with Kokomi as a driver, and it works just as well, if not a tiny bit better, with Sigewinne, so I'm not seeing the problem.
Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me. What makes you say that? I knew you'd be curious. Let me tell you a story.
Not a story.
The verdict came down. This Melazine is guilty. The Eudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melazine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor.
That never left.
She wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melazine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melazine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sigewinne.
Aww.
You haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years.
She found her friend.
I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melazine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melazine?
The parents are to blame, I agree.
Your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sigewinne. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melazines. And I think that it's all because of you.
Aw, what a nice sentiment.
I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but Thank you, Dr. Melusine.
Very cute.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind.
He stayed in jail for so long. I think she didn't want to get out. Kind of like she was hiding from like the reality of things down there. Technically, she still didn't leave. She just goes on vacation. But yeah.
After hearing everything Potten said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside. But it was too late. The warmth in his palm had already disappeared. I tried to treat him, but the roots of his problem had nothing to do with his face. I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being here for me while I talk this through.
That's why his mom didn't know him. I mean, maybe it was also because of her medical condition, but I think she just didn't want anything to do with him anymore. I don't know.
Our pleasure. Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marechaussee Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion. And I made one extra just for you two.
We'll finally get our potion. Wait, what do I need that thing for? Paimon, do you want it? I don't want it. Play eventually. Did you just say you don't want to play it ever? Because that's what it sounds like.
We don't need it, though. Shouldn't we destroy it? Well, even if you chose to destroy it, I still thought I should give it to you first. You two did so much for me. How could I break my promise? Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore. Still, if this is the very last bottle in all of Teyvat, getting rid of it would feel like kind of a waste. Maybe we can give it a special meaning somehow. Oh, Paimon's got it! Melusine physiology wasn't affected by the Great Flood, right? So that means the potion should have a permanent effect on you. In that case, what do you say, Sigewinne? Ever thought about transforming back to the way you used to look?
Didn't she just say in the quest before that she's happy the way she is?
After all, from a Melusine point of view, Paimon bets Melusines look the cutest of all. Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters whether I'm Melusine or a human? Well, what was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago. Yeah, let's just destroy this thing. Leave it to me.
The great poof. That's more like releasing than destroying, actually, but... Aww. You have something more to say?
I'd like to stay here with my teacher for a little longer.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Everybody else left already, too.
Too slow.
Okie dokie. Played through it. I have one more thing to say to the previous topic. I just saying, as a Coco Mihaber, I think sometimes she's a bit overrated nowadays. But only personal feeling. I'll go over here. Coco fish. That's the reason I pulled her, because she's pretty and I like the fish theme. Hey there, Roshan, how you doing? We're just wrapping things up. That's what we're currently doing. My brain is not functioning. Maybe it is too warm after all. Look, I used up my resin by doing nothing. I'll do that later. Or tomorrow, I don't know. How are you today? I am warm. It's way too hot here. That's the only thing I can say. But I'm very, very happy that I have my headset back working. That's what I can say. Well, let me go over here. Does that? Ooh, music. So I'm happy that it's working again. Because I had to do a mute stream last time because my headset was damaged. I couldn't use it. Had to get replacement pads because it was falling apart. It is already 4 years old, but I don't have the money for like a totally new headset with a good mic because I don't have a streaming microphone or anything. So, so the settings are good. Okay, so it was good that I tested it for 20 minutes or more. I was sitting there like, come on, make it sound like it did before. Is it similar to what it was before? Or is there any feedback you can give on how I could improve it, if not? Because I think I got it as close to what it was before as possible. Maybe not 100%, but a bit. Ow. Why do you assault me? I did do nothing wrong. Just throwing random stuff at me. Oh. At least it was a pillow. Good thing it's mostly a pillow. At least it works. Yeah, that's a coincidence. Like, normally when I do things, like, something is wrong. Do you know? Either the redeem's not working, or it gets stuck. Like the box sometimes did before. Livestream throws pills, you get pillows. Alright. Fair is fair. At least I get the pillow. I think the pillow is better than getting hit by a pill. I'm just trying to imagine what a gigantic pill would feel like to be thrown at you. And honestly, when I'm like comparing them to like the small variant, like normally they are filled with like some sort of like pearls or like powder stuff, right? And see, I was just gonna say that the box is not working, but apparently it is working, so I have nothing to complain about. Hopefully it also has a disable timer that I set. Yeah, so I'm thinking when you're thinking about how much powder that actually would be. It works. Wonderful when things work. When you're thinking about how much powder you get into your face when the large pill is thrown at you, I would say it feels equal to like having a sandbag thrown into your face, which is not cool. So I take the pillow any day. 100%. Pills are way heavier than they look. At least in my opinion, my book, my unless they are empty. When they are not having the medication, then I mean, wouldn't that be a total waste of medication if they were all filled up? How would one even take a pill that large? Maybe they're from monsters or something. Like, dragon goes say, and then a dragon gets a pill or something. I think it's just supposed to look cute. I think they didn't think that one through when they made the animation or something. Or what do you think? Oh god, my camera got stuck. Maybe my camera is too warm too. Maybe running hot. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's pretty warm. But it hasn't given up yet. That's a positive. That's all I can say. Slap. Why are you slapping on stickers? What's going on? I did nothing ragey. No, all good. I was good. Also, yeah, I'm hydrating. For funsies. Okay. That's okay. That's a something I can relate to. Plop more until you get it full. To be honest, I never played much with the stickers. but it's a nice feature, I thought. Maybe I should add more to it at some point. Maybe if I get more emotes when like the 2.0 model thing is over with and everything like changes, maybe I'll put more stickers there. I see that they have like stickers with a lot of noise now, like when there's text on them that can be text to speech and everything, but I haven't really looked into it. I'm gonna be totally honest, I didn't have the time. Nally sticker. See, Ollie cute. Gaming on. I remember it was like a very, very hard thing finding a sound I was happy with for this sticker plop for putting on the sticker. I don't even know. Do I have it in like do I have it in a extension thingy, or do I have it in the box below the stream? I don't remember anymore. Let's see how much I use it. I don't. It was free. Yeah, I think it should be. I think one is free, right? That should be the one that's free. I think the rest isn't. So technically you can do as many hours as you like. Just spam them. Don't spam, but you know what I mean. For good funds, maybe. It's an extension thing. Okay, then I think I put it in the extension bar. I always forget. Because there's like a certain number of slots that you're having, like available slot limit for extension, and amount you can put below the stream. But I read somewhere that the ones that are like below in the info box. Oh god. Why always the I'm always shrieking when that plays, okay? It's so freaking loud. Okay, yeah, but I heard that you can't use that on mobile, so I'm trying to put things in the extension whenever possible. I don't know if it's loud this way for you, but for me it's like basically blasting my ears off whenever that plays. I mean, I guess that's the point of it, so it kind of makes sense, but you know what I want to say. Bop. Blop. Pretty loud, yeah, as I said. I think that's the point of things. Dokie, a lot for you too. You got yourself. That should not happen, but it did. It needs confusion. It hurt itself. How did that happen? Like a little Pokemon with confusion on it. You're trying out all your options today, aren't you? I mean, it's fine. Just test if things still work or something. When we're about to test things, if they work or not, let me see, wait. Oh god, there's like new things down here. On-screen celebration. Oh, what the heck is that? I have no idea what that all is. I didn't put that there. But I want to see if this thing still works. Oh, apparently it does. Nice. Very good. I should fix the other things too, like the actual head pad and stuff. I don't know. Have I fixed that? No, I think I haven't fixed that. I think I didn't yet. I'll have to at some point though. Maybe. If I find time. Which currently I am short on. Like everything takes my time. Doctor's visits take my time. All the things like with the new housing takes time off my plate. Like everything. Everything takes too much of my time currently. And that's the way it is. You know how it is. But I hope that soon I'll have more time to work on these things and get everything back in motion. I know Streams are currently a little bit scuffed. Especially when my OBS doesn't want to collaborate with me. Was there anything? No. I think next week there is nothing on Tuesday, so we should be fine with the stream there. If not, I'll tell you on the Discord. Things can change pretty fast nowadays. I don't know if we should do a raid or not. It's pretty warm. I don't know if anybody's online also. Da, da, da. Should I just send you somewhere? I have a few people online. You can kind of decide if you want to or not. I'm not the one that has to continue watching something. I'm just the person here babbling. Da, da. So is that an I don't know. Gonna mess again with the settings. So after this, it kind of depends. If you say it's fine, I don't know. I'm afraid if I touch it again that I'm breaking it. You know, like don't touch a running system. Unless there's something like wrong with the settings, then I would try to fix it. Other than that, I'm basically just. I'm only understanding half of these things of like thresholds and gains and everything. I'm just randomly making modifications. I did watch a YouTube video on it, on a tutorial on how things work, but most of them, funny enough, are for male voices, like for male streamers. So they're like, oh yeah, you need to up the bass for your dark voice, and me like, what dark low voice are you talking about? This is not working for me. So yeah. But your ears are trash. What did you do to your ears so that they are so trashy? I know I don't have to rate every time, but like maybe you want to, I don't know. Listen to music. Yeah, I do that too. Mia is on now. She often slides on. Yeah, because she has a donathon going on because to save her house. I read on Twitter, yes. But believe it or not, she needs to sleep. She needs to actually sleep. And probably eat too, and I don't know what else she does. Like a normal person, she has things to do. Yeah, what would you be interested in? Sleep is for the weak. Well then I'm gladly weak, cause I love sleeping. It's just nice, relaxing, lying on the bed. Dreaming of nice things. Then I'm gladly weak. Even though I would wish I had more hours in the day, I would not compensate my sleep. Sleep is important. I won't say beauty sleep. I need to be prettier for beauty sleep, but a good relaxing sleep. That's what it is. Let's see who's online. Somebody online is playing Ozu. What else do I have here? Or somebody is playing. I don't even know what game that is. Stray Gods role-playing musical. Does anybody know that game? Kind of sounds interesting. Is that on Steam? Now I want to know. Apparently it is on Steam. It's interactive fiction, story rich, apparently. Kinda sounds interesting if you're asking me. Okay, that caught my interest. That caught my interest. It caught my interest. Even though I'm probably gonna have to cook first, so I only can lurk. But still, lurking is also nice. Okay, I'll set up the stream right there. It worked. Okie dokie. God, the music is going crazy, or is that just me? Okay. As I said, I think next week everything should be back to normal. Hopefully. I thank you all for being here. The quest was really nice to play through. Oh god, this music is so distracting. Is it just me today? So, thank you much for being here, and I hope to see you again next time. God, music, stop, please! Bye-bye! Yeah, now you stop.